Bet Edge, Wednesday, February the 15th. My name is Sean Carrier. Thank you for being with us. We were away last night just because a small card in the NBA, only 3 games in the association, and we couldn't recommend backing any of the 6 teams playing last night. We thought Vegas did a pretty good job handicapping the small card, so we chose to just stay away. If you were looking for us, be sure to follow us and check us out on Twitter at bet_edge. We post all of our updates there, all of our picks. We do an info stat graphic for just about all of the games on the card every day. We've got lots of great stuff over there and all absolutely free. So be sure to check us out there and follow us there at bet_edge. Post a link in the description below. So take a look at that, please. So as we said yesterday, couldn't really find an edge. Small card, only 3 games. Today, the complete opposite. 14 games for Vegas to handicap today, and we think they made a few mistakes that we're going to look to exploit today. So without further ado, let's dive right in. First game of the night, the Los Angeles Lakers visiting the Phoenix Suns, and we're going to recommend a 2-unit play on the Phoenix Suns to cover the 4 points. It's a short line to cover for a home team here, and we think there are some great reasons why that they're going to cover this number. So as we said, line opened at 4. It's sitting there right now, still at 4. And we can see 62% of the public on Phoenix. We think they might be on the right side today. First thing we're going to look at, the recent meetings. The Suns have completely dominated this Lakers team of late. They've won 8 of their last 10 meetings straight up. They've actually won 10 in a row in Phoenix also. So just complete dominance for one side of this matchup today. And we're going to look for that to carry forward. So that's a great thing to start off with. Just moving along. The Lakers' recent history, they're in about as bad of a spot as you can possibly be in tonight. They're playing on back-to-back games. They played last night in Los Angeles. But beyond that, they've had 2 road trips here. Back-to-back with only 1 home game separating them. And just in and out of cities, they haven't been in the same city for about a month. It's been 25 days since they've been in the same city for more than 1 day. As you can see here, it started on the 22nd of January. They played a game in Dallas. Then they went to Portland, to Utah, back home to LA for 1 game against Denver, out to Washington, to Boston, to New York, to Detroit, to Milwaukee, all the way across the country, back to the West Coast for 1 more home game in LA, and now back on the road again the very next night, traveling to Phoenix to play this Suns team. It doesn't get much worse than that. We're going to look for them to be a little tired. You kind of saw it last night. I mean, the Lakers usually score bunches of points. They were held under 100 in last night's game against the Sacramento Kings, who do not play great defense, and they were pretty shorthanded as well. So just on the short turnaround, we're not going to look for much to change with this LA side. If anything, they should be even more tired playing this back-to-back set, and just in a disastrous stretch here. As I said, doesn't get much worse. So looking at the Phoenix end of things, not in a bad spot at all. They've had their one day's rest, so a day off, a chance to practice, go over LA's sets, and prepare for this LA team. And the Lakers definitely have not had that same time to prepare. And Phoenix last game was in Phoenix. They've actually probably been home since the night of the 11th, so 3 or 4 days in the same city with a day off to practice and rest. That should bode very well for this Suns team. They probably want to close their first half of the season strong, go into the All-Star break with a win, especially on your home court. It's something good for the fans. So yeah, as you can see right here, their last game before the All-Star break. We're going to look for them to close strong. We don't see any reason why they wouldn't. The referees for tonight's affair, we've got Mark Oyette, Carl Lane, and Rodney Mott. Not a bad crew at all. Don't mind any of those gentlemen. Just getting to the day's rest, as we stated, LA on that back-to-back. 3-9 straight up is not terrible. It falls fairly in line with their record. And as you can see here, the drop-offs aren't too great. Their average points for only goes down about a point, and their average against only goes up about 1.5. So it's not a big drop off normally, but just based on the travel that they've had recently, and this being the last game before the All-Star break, we're going to look for that back-to-back edge to compound just a little bit. And Phoenix is not a great team on one day's rest, only 12-24, and those numbers are just about their average. Yeah, this is not so much a play on this Phoenix team; it's a play against the Lakers. And we also think the line is a little soft, which we'll get to in just a second. Just getting down to the injuries, no significant injuries for either side. The Lakers should have everyone going tonight, and only Dragan Bender out for the Suns. He doesn't see very many minutes, so we don't expect that to play a huge factor in tonight's matchup. Let's just get to the stat graphic real fast. As you can see here, these two teams are about as close as it gets. The pace is very, very close, within a point. Their offense is only separated by decimal points. Only 0.3 separates their offense per 100 possessions. Their defense per 100 possessions is the exact same to the decimal, 112.4 points allowed per 100 possessions. Field goal percentage, very same, only separated by 9 points, 499 to 490. Points per shot, the exact same. Rebounding within a point, and their turnover percentage the exact same. So on paper, these two teams are almost identical. So that's why we think the home court edge, the recent dominance, and just the spot that the Lakers are in are going to compound that even further. So those are our bullet points. Head-to-head dominance, Suns, 8 of last 10 meetings against the Lakers. They've won in 10 straight in Phoenix. Then the Phoenix home court advantage. Usually Vegas gives the home team just about 3 points is the standard give to the home team. And seeing that the line is only at 4, we're almost there already. We expect to get the rest of the way just with the Lakers playing back-to-back, and their 11th consecutive court change in 25 days should compound that back-to-back. We think that edge is worth at least 2 to 3 points. Add that to the standard 3 points for the home team. We think this line should be closer to 6. Seeing it sit at 4, we really like it. So that's today's first play. Put it on the board. Phoenix Suns minus the 4 points. We're going to look for them to get it done. We're going to have one more video today. We're going to break down the New York Knicks at the Oklahoma City. So look for that one. And thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, good night and good luck.